My painting style is based on photographs. I guess it's kind of photorealistic, but I use the camera with slow shutter speed and sort of a long exposure to create blurring and movement and silhouettes and shadow. I take a lot of photographs in nightclubs and cafes and just where there's dull light so that really heightened colours can come through and lots of essence of black. I also like to take photographs of reflections and overlay of imagery and create my works from that. I tend to use a layering process with acrylics, so I play on the fact that they dry quickly and start up with base coats. I don't tend to have much brush strokes in my work at the moment, but I think that's going to change going forward. I'm going to use a bit more body in the pieces, but at the moment it's just using mediums and water to create washes and layers as well as I build up slowly from the base coats to the top, with probably up to 10 layers on each painting. In London, I'm really inspired by Neil WEERDMEESTER's work. He does these amazing textured abstract paintings with really amazing flow of colour together, and Sean Dawson is just incredible. His paintings I can't even describe. He actually creates models and then cuts them up and takes photographs of them, paints over the top, then enlarges them into these massive, large-scale, stunning, really, really colourful pieces of work. And Ian Munro as well in London. I'm also inspired recently by Marilyn Minter, who uses a lot of glitter and enamel and glazing in her work, which I find really beautiful. My first impressions of the new Winsor & Newton acrylic mediums was that they're fantastic. I'm really impressed by the gloss and the glazing mediums. I think they'll really help me to create more painterly effects with my work. I actually found Artist Acrylics by going into London Graphic Centre and just seeing the display there. And I noticed the fact that they dry the same colour as when they're wet. So for me, I was really interested in trying them. So I just picked up a few tubes of paint there and I've been using them for a couple of months now. At the moment, I'm currently using the Flow Improver medium, which has really, really helped with my washes and layering process to give a really smooth finish. I'm also experimenting with the gloss medium, both the thinner one and the more textured one, to try and create some really nice effects and also to use with glitter on my works. And one of my favourites is the glazing medium because it has a really glossy finish as well, which is what I'm looking for. So I tend to do this on my works, and then right at the end I'll always varnish to keep them protected and to give them just... It tends to bring out the colour as well, and coat them and keep them protected. Obviously, it's the fact that the colour that you're putting on is going to stay that way when it dries. So that makes it so much easier for me when I come back the next day to be able to mix up my colours again to what's there on the canvas. But they're also really, really smooth, consistent paint, really nice body and texture, and just really, really smooth. So they've been fantastic to work with.